Hello. Okay. Day 34. Been a hot minute since I've been in here. I wish I didn't have to go back to work tomorrow. I'm glad you wish I didn't have to go back to work tomorrow. Okay. I still don't know where the third microchip is hiding. Could be in the vault. Could be anywhere. I had really bad luck with the vault. Like, I'll get a key and then I don't get the vault, or I get the vault and I don't get a key. Yum. What do we got? Running shoes and sledgehammer. Huh. You know, I was thinking about this. So I've made it, I've modified mechanical rooms to be more common, which means if I put the solarium in place, I'll be less like, I might be slightly less likely to get these because now I've modified them, whereas this increases, since this increases draw and rares. What the hey? The solarium. My purse. Yeah. Did I notice that the solarium has a black pond in it? Yes, I did. I've got that noted. Grab the lunchbox. We'll do the observatory since it gives us a path north. But we'll come back to it. That corner really does not want to be filled. I need to be focusing on dates of things so that I can try those on various safes. But right now I don't want to mess with it. Okay. I think this is the false one. All right, now we're in the observatory. Starting to get lots of stars. 3 extra steps, an apple, and 5 gems. That's a really nice boost. Well, yeah, we're going to take the boiler room. I don't have a shovel, though. I've got big spots starting to pile up. Put that. Click the button. Flip this back the other way. Yeah, no, I want to go the other way first. Has this microwave ever worked? It has no power. You'd think if I'd run power to this room, I'd get a working microwave. And then I could cook my meals and they would taste better. But no, the microwave is dead. And the coffee maker too. You know, coffee maker, because you know, then I could caffeinate myself and then I would get additional steps. But no, that doesn't work. I have not logged every single bit of information I've gotten from these emails, so it's time that I back up and do that. So find security in my room list. And start tracking this information because it's dates. Okay. And that was another request. Next one is security measures. Next one is re-security measures. And last one is stop recording. First one was 712. Okay, security measures was 1002 01 something. And this was January 24th. '87. The next one was 247. Okay. What's interesting is that there's implied timestamps. When you pull open the email, you can't see the exact time. So all I have here is that it was like 9 a.m. in the morning. And last one is at 8 a.m. This was Okay. Of course. Well, just because it takes power, I'll pull it. It's the lab. And this gives me an opportunity to do another noting of the emails. Also, I can set up an experiment. All right, so this was about the freezer. Okay, so I have some notes here. I did capture some of the information. Okay, so it was from Jeff DeCamp to Randolph, April 4th, 1987. 04, 04. The next one is 0405. Okay. He had to do the freezer. The next day there was a reply. Very late the next day. It was at 8 o'clock at night. So then the next was 1987. The next one is 87. Stealing off Black Ridge this week, archiving the contents, not sure how he's savvy. Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, he said lock it all down. 1910. Boy, this email from Randolph was sent at 2:30 in the morning. Okay, we'll do an experiment. Have I even seen the aquarium? Yeah, I have. I mean, that's the multicolor room. Ooh. Nice. I think it's the first time I've noticed a chest in here. I hope I haven't missed it other times that there's been one. But it's possible. It's dark in here, but I don't see any object sitting there. Of course, it's possible that you just can't see it until you turn on the lights. Hotkey. Well, I don't want to do that. I can redraw floor plans. I can just pony up the gems and draw a passageway. I'll do the gems for passageway. Gives me a lot more connectivity for my power. Anyway. The archives. Yep, the laundry. Go ahead and step inside. In case there's anything useful in here. Or what all this does. That would drop me to 3 footsteps. Now, that's an interesting thing. So right now, my allowance. How do I see my current allowance? Here it is. It's 17. And my stars is 21. So for 5 coins, I could swap those. My stars would go backwards. My allowance would go forwards. I'm going to do it. That seems like a worthwhile upgrade. Watch this be the thing that takes away half my steps. Called it. Very predictable. Well, none of these things use power. My best bet right now is to spin the gems and draw the cloister. There's no really any reason for me to go in there right now. Sure would like to get a shovel. Since I'm broke, may as well do this. We got 10 more steps back. And it's good to have gotten the 10 steps after I lost the steps rather than before, because then I would have lost half of those as well. There he sits. All right. I don't have any gems right now. So, conference room is my best bet. Okay, that's got a security lock on it, so I'm not going that way. A security card or the utility breaker room would be really, really nice. I had one opportunity to pull one earlier, but I didn't. Don't have gems. Lavatory does not end my run necessarily. Just not really what I was hoping for. I'll redraw. I'm still not loving that. Boy, if I pull the maid's chamber, I'll probably never find the security card. But I'm willing to take that risk. I see something. Go back to my list of all of the rooms. Yeah, that's Tiger and Tier. The commissary has one I didn't fill in. And the row I'm on, the far right, I've got one I didn't fill in. I'm just trying to write down a list of all of the combinations. Always a possibility, the thing I'm looking for could be in there. It isn't. But oh well. Thunk. Okay, so I can't draw the attic. I don't have the gems. I don't know what this is. Four doors, the safe-ish thing, but that only just gets me to one room on the opposite side. I could run into another door. Time to spin things I've got. Well, I've run myself out of luck. I'll do the archive plan. Who knows what it is? And it's the workshop. me a broken lever. And because I drew this in this position, I don't have the drawings. Oh no, I do. They're up there. So there's the S. And yeah, it's sand and. Okay. This room gives you both. The drawings and tells you straight up what the letter would be. One key left. Well, if I drew the locksmith, that might give me a key I can't use anywhere because I'll be out of navigation. I can't do the office because I don't have the necessary gems. It'll have to be the archived floor plan. Locked. I'm kind of done with this run. But I can go back to the commissary and log that piece of information I wanted. Assuming I don't run out of steps. But I should be able to get there. Carton car. And that wraps it up. I have logged every combination on my drawing. I'm still baffled by the upper right. So I've got chief and chef, light and light, which spells if. Then we have the antechamber, and there's no letter for that. There's 45 rooms, 44 letters. Pretty sure that was specifically spelled out on the chalkboard in the study. What I've got in position 4 is wheat and heat. The W. And then the far right, I have crater and crate, which is an R. I'm like, WR, that's not a word. If WR. I am wondering if I've misinterpreted one of the clues and there's a different set of 2 words that would represent the painting. I will have to ponder that. But it's pretty cool that I swapped my allowance and my stars. So I'll go backwards. I'll get the benefit of the past couple of upgrades that I got in the observatory again as I go through, as I collect through them again. And I've now got a higher allowance for my starting the next day. That's pretty nifty. Certainly not a wasted day. I have a few coins left, and I have a few steps left, so I'm going to step outside. and I will toss a coin in to be available on a future day. I'm at 4 steps remaining. I can still get to the trading post. I am curious. I still have 4 steps because my boots are helping me. I'm still going to go into the trading post because I never did go in the trading post today. There is the dynamite, which I am intensely curious about. Just going to see what on earth. Yeah, I could have traded that for the salt shaker, that for the car keys, that for the compass, and that for a vault key. But I never even saw the vault come up. So, yeah. Call it a day. I'm going to do another run, but I'm going to pause for just a moment. Snacks. Continue. Boom. Okay. I'll pull the tome. So this showed up in the front room, which is fun. You know, after it eluded me yesterday, I'm just going to go ahead and grab the darn breaker box the moment it comes up. I may regret that later, but I'm just going to go ahead and preemptively do that as well. And there's the security room. So there we go. That worked out. Set that to high. And set that to unlocked. Too bad this didn't happen yesterday when my experiment was running specifically around this. But that's okay. Not every day is going to be awesome. And I still made progress yesterday anyway. And how many rooms I can identify now? That's the music room. That's the library. Vault. That's the room with the 3 gems in it. The nook. Or the hallways. Closet, spare room. That's the ladies' closet. Got the office. Got the room I'm in. Funny thing is, where is the camera? It should be behind me, but I don't see a camera. So how does that work? The luxury shop, the gallery, the nursery. Up here we have the archives in the little room. Here we have the nook again. Then we have the ballroom, the pool, and then we have the vault again, for whatever reason. Yeah, storeroom's a good thing to grab right now. At least I hope so. That would be great if it wasn't turning me the wrong direction. Tried to pull the lab, even though I'm short on gems. I have the opportunity to run the same experiment. No chest there today. I am chewing through my gems, so as much as I would like to pull the observatory, I'm going to pull the den. The music right at this moment is reminiscent of Atris's theme. It's the same chords in the background. Well, it is Atris's theme from Riven. It's at the start. It's the theme of him in Denis when he's handing you the book. That lunchbox has been awesome. The swim trunks is pretty cool. Coming soon. Swimbird plushie. Can't afford that currently. Blue tents. Only be purchased after you get 8 trophy room. And I purchased the cursed coffers, which are in the shrine. I really should. I had an opportunity to do the shrine today. I didn't. I did the tomb. I'll have to do the shrine to explore the coffers. There's the observatory. It costs a gem. I'm really tight on gems right now. I'll pull the workshop and go ahead and check out what's going on in here. Got the sledgehammer. And I have the opportunity here to trigger my experiment. And though it costs a gem, I'll pull the commissary. My allowance has been raised. Experiment successful. I have 31. I can grab metal detector and the shovel. I can buy everything. And I am going to. At this point, I'm going to go back down to the entrance hall because I'm starting to get away from my starting rooms. And I do buy into that philosophy that you don't want to go too deep. You want to stay in the shallows at start. Take the hallway because it gives me a key. This one gave me 2. Parlor with dead end, corridor. It's not even a, there's no debate. Bedroom or pantry? Bedroom. All right. I haven't seen the planetarium yet. We're going to grab it. Can't walk behind the back row of seats. There is some papers. Looks like the planetarium has the sky and projection. You know, there's probably something here, like if I were to stand in the right spot, that I will see something useful. But I don't know where that spot would be. This must be their solar system, though. So they have, presumably, the planet we're on here. And then there are a couple other planets. One big one out there, similar to our system, I guess, where you have a gas giant. Let's see. I should go ahead and... oh, okay, this gives me every combination of the constellations. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check my room directory. This is a found floor plan? Yeah, it's a found floor plan. So now I can fill in the details of this. Further detail. Oh no, I already did that. But I can add to my journal and say, pages in this room detail all of the constellation patterns observed up through day 25 with additional notes for days 29, 40, and 50. 29 is is 7 and 50 new. That's interesting. So there's a constellation not in the book at 50. So interesting. I had gotten up to 21. On the next day, if I had not swapped, then I would have gotten Draxus the Dead, along with the twins and Clavis the Key. And Draxus the Dead increases the number of dead ends you encounter. So I have delayed that slightly. I don't know if that's Clavis or Clavis. No. I don't know where the emphasis is. I had kind of guessed early on that I wonder why the 10 is shifted over by a space, but 1 through 9 are not. I had gotten the thought when I was first looking through the book, and it started to skip certain pages. I thought, well, it's probably going to be some combination of the previous constellations adding up to the number. But I didn't know for certain, and I just it wasn't important enough to comment on. Pretty cool that is how it works. It just means that the constellations you don't love will come back and haunt you multiple times too. Yeah. And take a quick snapshot of that. Okay. So aside from that, nothing obvious in this room, like no secret hidden exits. It is interesting that the chair is closer to the wall here than it is over here. Like somebody curved it a little too much. Should have been equidistant to the wall. But anyway, you know, as you walk around, your perspective on all the little stars changes. So the stars are not just on the ceiling, they have depth up there. So that's why they're moving around as I move around. Like they used fiber optic for the lights. Which is interesting. So I will advance 2 stars. So that can be used to skip over combinations you don't want to encounter. So I'm currently at 17. I would jump to 19. And then the next time I would actually go into an observatory after that, I would get Florealis, Bloom in the Sky. That's assuming I don't draw an observatory today before I go into the planetarium. Now, how many dead ends have I drawn? I've drawn the utility closet, and the planetarium, and the storeroom. So that's 3 so far. That means there's 15 gold in the tomb so far. Father, I don't want to spend a gem. I know I can go through the commissary. So my best bet right now is to do the parlor, because that gives me additional gems. Of course, I have to succeed at the puzzle. Got the magnifying glass. And there's still a coin in here. Okay, got that. How I just want to pry the window open and go out there. There's a boat. There's a rowboat on its side out there. That's the first I've noticed that. Alright, let's see what they've got for me. Okay. Gems are in the black box. The gems are in the white box. Only one box displays a true statement. Well, this could be false. But that wouldn't really tell us anything. Let's suppose that this is the true one, and both of these are lying. In that case, the gems would have to, well, that would not tell me. Well, okay, this would say that they were in the black box. It would be wrong, so they wouldn't be in the black box. This says it's in the white, so that would be wrong. If that was false. If this is the only true one, and it is true, if that's false, then the blue box would contain the gems. So I have documented all of the things you can make in the workshop. I know exactly what each one does. Yesterday there were tons of dig spaces, and today I haven't seen one. I don't have the battery, so I can't do anything like that. I don't have the lockpick. I can make detector shovel though. Let's do that. Morning room, you are facing the wrong direction. So is the pantry, and so is the closet. Well, the good news is that I can go to the foundation today. I'll go ahead and pull the morning room, because it gives me gems, and those are also still useful. The rabbit's foot. So now I have the enhanced detector and the rabbit's foot. So that should amp my luck up a bit. Okay. And I need to remember to go back to that room to end my day there if I want those 2 stars. Hey, somewhere to dig. E. Coins. Only 2 dig spots today. You require a key. Well, foo. Well, it is. The chapel has paid me back. The detector is telling me there's more. Well, there's the observatory. This moved me to 18 if I go in. I could also just go for the bedroom closet. For the bedroom closet. Okay, and the compass. Oh, come on. Stop eating up my keys. I do not want to mess with the dark room. But I will. Yes, it shut off. I could run all the way back to the front, but that would eat up a bunch of steps. It's like the game knows that. Stop using my keys. Ugh. Furnace. Oof. Well, that was a risk. I knew it was a risk. Just no. Allowance has been raised. And there's dig spots down here. At least they're supposed to be. What's going on? Where are the dig spots? There are usually dig spots down here. But not today. My detector shovel is working in opposite mode. getting super hungry for keys today. Don't you dare! You know, I thought I ramped up the security and was supposed to be getting security doors, but it's giving me locked doors again and again and again. Anyone's guess as to which door will give me the opportunity to draw something useful. Let's do this one since this is where I am. Follow. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm going to check something really quick. Yeah. Well, either I do the maid studio or chamber, which dead ends me, and I stop finding things, or I spend gems. The drafting studio is the winning choice here. It advances me with the game. Interesting. So I can make it so I can add the classroom to the pile without having to draw the schoolroom. Video additions. So, dormitory was one that was interesting. Classroom's interesting. Clock tower, though. I'm really interested in the clock tower due to the hints that were dropped from the email. The clock tower is now added and appears after the kennel or the classroom. The classroom is already here. It's like, why would it give me classroom there if it's already... It's weird. I'm wondering if drafting this here causes it to then be able to be added to your pool without you having to do the schoolhouse. That's my best guess. Locked, of course. Well, the gymnasium has another door out the front. I don't know if I'm going to get back to the planetarium. In the gym, draft the pool. Can't get to the chests because they're in the water. Wheat and heat. It's gotta be. That's the only combination that makes any sense to me. This is the letter I couldn't figure out for the longest time. I'm out of gems. But I can pull the library. And I keep boosting my allowance. Crafting strategy. The death of drafting. No exit strategies. Grave mistakes. Grounds for termination. Shrine ideals. Top 5 dead ends. Dead end contest. A word from the editor. This is all about dead ends. Every architect has experienced it. You're drafting your house room by room and suddenly everything's going smoothly, then suddenly you realize there's only a single path available for expansion. It is imperative that you draft a hallway, or else your design will have no hope of further development. But on the critical draw, the drafting gods offer you nothing but dead ends, rooms with no exit and even fewer prospects. Dead ends are the death of dreams, the death of plans, the death of expansion. In short, they are the death of your house. Are they as genuinely as daunting and menacing as they appear? Perhaps beneath their morbid exterior, dead ends hold some inherent value. In this volume, we will delve deeper into the world of the grave than any other architect has ever dared to draft, and to discover once and for all if there's any life beyond the dead end. No exit strategies. A dead end is any room that lacks another door by which to exit. It's an understandable instinct to want to avoid these rooms, as they limit your available paths for growth. However, seasoned architects quickly learn that you do not want to completely ignore them. Common mistake that beginners make is picking the room with the most doors while drafting and ignoring all other factors, but every house needs some dead ends. And we have the closet and the notorious lavatory. Don't be afraid of drafting a few dead ends. Each removes that floor plan from the draft pool. The more dead ends you draft, the less likely you are to draw them later, when decisions are more critical. The key to figuring out a way to draft dead ends without blocking off your house's potential for expansion. Dropping a dead end on the rank behind you is a great strategy to accomplish this. Helps you pick up extra resources before continuing to higher ranks. You should be trying to fill up every slot in your house before moving north. Yep, ideal spot to draft a dead end. That is something I've been trying to do. Grave mistakes. Well, I've got this today. I have the tomb today. The tomb stands out with the most straightforward strategy centered around dead ends. Can only be drafted from the grounds. Considered one of the outer rooms. It can be drafted at the very start of the day, allowing architects to know immediately whether their strategy should be focused on dead ends or not. Shadowy alcoves, creepy recesses. 8 Adjuran angels of the early era scattered through the chambers, memento of times past. You will likely be making several visits here throughout the day. Well, no, because not if I don't have enough steps to get back to it. Successful strategy depends upon finding shops, amassing enough steps to return, and drafting as many dead ends as possible. Love risk and great rewards. Yep. Total of 8 outer rooms. Not only where they can be drafted, but in the fact that they are floor plans that cannot lead to the expansion of further rooms. They're always perfect candidates for dead ends. They are available to be drafted at the very beginning of the day so you can plan out your strategy. Schoolhouse day, you will prioritize acquiring gems so you can pay for the classroom floor plans. A hovel day, you were focusing entirely on getting lots of extra steps. Grounds for Termination may have been a play on the words for the title of this article, but it certainly wasn't a joke to the former groundskeeper, Denny Ravain, who made his home while employed on the estate in this humble bedroom. The groundskeeper's tool shed is often a great draft choice to find useful items like a shovel or a sledgehammer. Even better items in the trading post, but you have to have something valuable to offer. Most of the vegetables and fruits from the locals are preserved in the root cellar. The shelter, bomb shelter, like the root cellar, it's preservation, but it's preservation of people. Against fallout, radiation, and red rooms. And then the shrine. How much do I need to give? How long does it last? Okay, so this is cool. It tells us a bunch of the blessings. Type and duration of blessing differs depending on the amount of gold given, but the more you offer, the longer the less blessing will last. So I've seen the Tinkerer, and I've seen the Dancer. Blessing of the Chef sounds really interesting. Blessing of the Berry Picker. Instead of drafting a floor plan, you can pick a berry. If you do, draft a random floor plan, disregarding rarity. Blessing of the Gardener adds 8 courtyards. Blessing of the High Roller. Each time you draft a shop, gain a die, gain 10 gold whenever you roll one. Blessing of the Monk. If you call it a day in a room on your estate, you will draw that room while drafting from the grounds the following day. Wait, what does it mean drafting from the grounds? You can't draft from the grounds. The grounds is a room that's outside the estate. Blessing of the General. After you draft a red room, if you have at least 5 different ranks containing red rooms, gain 5 gems. Well, I'll do a screenshot of this and stick this in my journal. Top 5 dead ends. Attic, if Toolshed is good, Attic is really good. Always pays for itself and more. You just have to have the necessary entry cost to begin with. Study, likely the most powerful room. If you have no difficulty accumulating gems or solving chess portmanteaus. What? Okay. A portmanteau is a blending of two words, right? Like breakfast and lunch becomes brunch. What the heck is a chess portmanteau? More than any other room, Coat Check allows architects to center their strategies on a specific item of their choice. Hovel, the risk may scare off some, but to those who see their steps as an expendable resource and throw caution to the wind, Hovel is an unbeatable drafting force. And Secret Passage is actually categorized as a dead end, but you can use it as for a dead end and color-specific strategy. Then we have the dead end contest on the right. Taro Martiz shocked the world of architecture by drafting 19 dead ends in one day. Can you beat his record? Okay, so there's a bunch of fine print, and we have the magnifying glass. Eligibility, the dead end contest. Sweepstakes is open to legal residents of Finn Aries who are at least 12 years of age at the time of entry, employees of drafting strategy, its affiliates, subsidiaries, advertising and promotion agencies, and their immediate family members and or those living in the same household of each are not eligible to participate in the sweepstakes. Entry to enter the sweepstakes, players must draft rooms in a single house during a single day. Any number of rooms may be drafted, but only dead-end rooms drafted during that day will be counted toward the dead-end tally. If the dead-end tally exceeds the current record, the 19 participant is considered a winner. The cash prize has an approximate shop value equal to 200 gold paid out to the winner of sweepstakes in a check equal to the prize amount. The trophy of sweepstakes has an approximate shop value of 50 gold. Or 30 gold. Please note the trophy is not composed of real gold, but features a gold-like coating for decorative purposes only. The winner will be notified and receive their prize by mail no later than 5 days after obtaining the dead-end record. Check mailroom for prize delivery. The odds of winning this contest are not very promising. The architect who set this record was very, very good at drafting, but best of luck regardless. As we conclude this haunting October edition of Drafting Strategy, we trust that you have unearthed the darker side of architectural design and found inspiration in the morbid realm of death and dead-end rooms. From the despair of a drafted lavatory to the chilling allure of the tomb, we believe that even the most eerie aspects of our world can spark creative brilliance in the architect's mind. As you venture forth into the shadows, remember there is certain beauty in the unknown and the macabre. Enhance the challenge of designing spaces that both captivate and unsettle, provoke contemplation of our own mortality and the secrets that lie beyond. So how am I doing? I have 12 steps left. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get back to the foundation. I think it takes at least 4 more to get back into the house. So that'd be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I would be able to get back to the planetarium itself exactly. I think. I may be off by 1. I might not be able to make it back. This door over here is likely locked. Of course it is. So, painting a moon. And then this is a crate. So I had crater and crate, which is an R. WR. I don't get it. Anyway, every single door along my path has been blocked at this point, so... Crown and crow. Back to the foundation. I am at 8. Should be able to take this down. Let's see from here. Okay, that's 1. This is a very big room. Second transition as we go here. That's 2. 3. I will plunk a coin in there. I'm never going to get back to the tomb today. Four. Now I want to go straight north. Left. Left. Up. We get 2 steps back, so we went to a bedroom. And then we go in here. And if it hadn't been a bedroom, it would have stopped automatically. As it is, we have 2 steps remaining, but we're going to call it a day here. And we'll go dink dink on the stars. And this is where I'm going to stop for the day. It's late. And